I'm sorry to be late. Um, sorry. Oh, busy day. Well, my internet keeps doing wonky things because I guess we're having pieces of Tropical Storm Sally. If you don't know, hurricanes and tropical storms are named starting from the beginning of the alphabet. Excuse me, hiccups. Each year, hi, Therese, hi. Each year, the Hurricane Center starts at the beginning of the alphabet. And twice, I think, in my lifetime that I can remember, we've gotten to the end of the alphabet. And once we've gotten to looped it around and they go after the alphabet, they'll go into like Greek letters. So the fact that we're in September, which is the height of the hurricane season, and we're in the S's is terrifying. And the fact that, in recent years we've been getting, back into the back half of the alphabet with M's and N's and stuff. So we've had Nana, tropical storm Nana, and then Otto, and now I must have missed PQ, and S, PQ and R because now we're up to Sally. So, whew. Hi, Robin. Hi. I'm so happy to see you all. I'm so happy to be back with you all. I was so sad to miss last week. Ah, my goodness. What a crazy day. So, I'm very happy to be back with you. I'm very happy to have 9/11 past, behind us. Um, there's so much energy involved in that awful day. And so much that just resurfaces thanks, Therese. Hi, Ellen. Welcome. So there's just so much energy that is released and re-released every year on that day. And I'm so happy to um, uh, to have that be behind us. So hi, Debbie. He's great. He's over there right now playing with Buddy, the big giant dog. But he will probably make his way back up here. I'll see. We had to delay a previous launch that I was doing because I couldn't find him. But he's like twice the size now, Debbie. He's doing so good. So tomorrow. Oh, Robin's getting her hearing aids. We're very excited for that. That is so exciting. And then Wednesday, we are we have meditation, and I'm so excited because I'm still working on the class. I don't want you to think I have forgotten. I have not forgotten. I have been diligently working on this thing, and there is so much more involved in this than I thought. And I'm so excited to be able to have this ready. And then we are getting into the Jewish holy days this weekend, so we're gonna be that takes a little bit of my focus away for a few days, and then we're going to be right back to it. So I am so excited to be able to hopefully launch this class for you in October. I'm so excited. And then there's something else. There's other wonderful things that are going to come after the class launches. I'm so excited. We're looking at a monthly class, and we're looking at also a podcast to go along with our newsletter and our weekly lives and weekly meditation, and also blog or something else. So I'm so excited that we've got all of these things that are percolating, because this has been, as we have seen since the beginning of 2020, this has been, hey, Riley, come here. Riley, come here. Debbie wants to see you. Come here, Riley. Try and see if I can jingle him up here on my desk. Some fun things on my desk. He literally sleeps on my desk at every single time. And now that Debbie has asked where he is, of course he's not coming. But we have seen since the start of 2020 that this has been the year of transformation. This has been the year of pulling back the layers, like opening the husk of corn and revealing the beautiful fruits that are inside of each and every one of us, and really being able to allow our true selves to come out, allow those things that we have thought about, gee, I wonder if, or always wish I would have, or maybe I should, or what it would it be like if I did. And we have allowed ourselves to really reach into this corner of our brain and this corner of our heart to see what is possible, because we have had so many other things taken away from us with the quarantine and the shutdown, And I'm sorry, I don't know what doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on. Please wear the dang mask and please stay outside. If you're going to places, please stay out of the restaurants. I saw a study the other day that just scared me to death that, of adults 30 to 60, 80% of them that became infected with COVID was because they had it, they, not because, but they had said they had eaten inside of a restaurant. So there's so much with the refiltering of the air and things like that. And I think of it like secondhand smoke. If we used to have smoking section in the restaurant and then not, but you could still smell it everywhere. I think of it as the same thing. So if you're going out and doing things, please just take care of yourself, wear the mask, be outside, and just allow yourself to experience new opportunities because there have been so many things. I work, you all know, or many of you know if you follow me at all, you know that I volunteer at a state park near my house to protect the manatees from the swimmers and the kayaks and the canoes and the boats and whatnot. And we teach people about manatees and we teach people how to respect nature, especially 12-foot alligators. We teach people this past weekend, a lot of people we've been teaching about how to respect the alligators. And it's so amazing how many people we have met who have like, I've never kayaked before, I've never canoed before, I've never been here before, I've never da da da. And people are taking so much opportunity to step out of their comfort zones and try things that are new and to see how that feels and experience different things. And this is what this time is about. They take the politics out of it, take because again, if you follow me at all, I've got some strong feelings about all that, but take all that out of it and look what's happening with the energy. So much, it's like a rolling boil, not just in America, but in the entire world. It is like a rolling boil of people waking up and taking their blinders off and saying, I want to live differently. I want to live differently. So many people have been calling and booking sessions with me about career advice and career coaching and what can I do and what do I do and where do I go? And I tell them things like, I see you working in this kind of a field. And they're like, what? Wait, what? Because it's things they've never thought of before. And I'm telling you, this is an amazing opportunity. It's an amazing time for us to step out of our comfort zones and try new things. So I'm going to use Robin as an example. I think she'll let me. I don't think I think she trusts me. Did not necessarily step out of her field, but stepped out in selling herself to market herself to create a bigger business opportunity for herself to expand the clientele that she serves so perfectly and wonderfully in the work that she does. And what a beautiful thing to watch you grow and gain that confidence to be able to say, I have something to offer. My husband and I have been binge watching a show on Netflix called The Gift. Fascinating story. I'm not going to tell about what it is because it's definitely a thing to experience. But have really been enjoying the metaphysical aspects of it. And one of the things that keeps being said over and over again is don't fall back to sleep. Don't fall back to sleep. Thank you, love. When we open our eyes and we start to understand what is happening with the husk of our corn ears being pulled off of us to reveal the beautiful soul person, the soul inside, the, we can't go back to sleep. You can't unsee once you have seen. Once you understand that you can truly create and manifest anything in your world, if you are putting your heart and your energy and your emotion inside of it, and you are truly bringing it to you and calling it to you, there is so much that we can create, and there is so much inside of us that we can share with the world that somewhere along the line, so many of us have been kind of squished or gagged in that where we're no, don't share that, don't let the world see that part of you. Shh, don't share that. And there's so much beauty and strength inside every single one of you that you have so much to give to the world and so much beauty and love to share and bring out and change the vibration of the world. And we are at this rolling boil that is happening right now. And I think it's not going to, people think, okay, on November 4th, it's going to shift. And I don't think it's going to shift on November 4th. I think it's going to take really until March of next year. I do, because once, no matter what happens with the election, there's going to be turmoil after that. And even after there's an inauguration, there's going to be turmoil. And I think it's going to take some till March for things to calm down. So we want to be patient. We want to be in the light. We want to stay positive. We want to follow our path. I feel like it's important to know what's going on in the world and to be using a reliable news source and not a propaganda machine. And I know those are harder to come by. I think it's important to be informed, but it is not important to be bathed in the news. Hit the highlights, just the facts, like they used to do, the real news used to, just the facts. Just tell me what's going on. I don't need to see the replay 9,000 times. I don't need to hear 27 different opinions about it and see it from every angle. Just give me the facts of what happened. So please stay informed, but please do not drown yourself in a news cycle. It is detrimental and energetically harmful and unnecessary. Unnecessary. I do believe it's worth it to be informed, but you do not need to drown yourself in that. Okay, so just okay, I see the head and don't go by the headlines, but read a little into the article. Any newspaper person, my sister used to write and edit magazines in New York for a long time. She's a professional writer. And she will tell you, any newspaper person will tell you the gist of the article is in the first couple paragraphs, right? And they say, don't kill the lead. So look in the first couple paragraphs of the article. You'll know exactly what's going on and move on. Okay. You don't need to bury yourself in the negative and the hate and the spewage, because right now there's so much spewage. It's very, very loud. But what I want to tell you is beneath the spewage that is not loud is the healing and the joy and the light and the beauty that is healing and coming for our world. And it's hard to understand that when we're watching the whole west coast of our nation burn. And we watched the Amazon is still on fire, and we watched Australia burn, and it's awful and it's heartbreaking, but it is transformative. And my heart breaks for the Joshua Tree National Forest because I've been there, having lived in California for a while, and it's a beautiful place. And it will not recover in our lifetime. It won't. It just won't. But other places will, and other things will move into its place, and it will recover over time. And the world is strong, and the world is much longer. Time is much different for the planet and for the universe than it is for we mere humans. And so while we mourn the loss of these things, it is important that we understand that it is still part of the universal transformation of humanity, as people are being called to see things in a different way. And we're being called to see possibilities from another perspective, to see possibility from another angle. And when we are so used to seeing the forest, right? They say you can't see the forest for the trees. We're so used to seeing the forest, we can't see in. Okay, we can't see in. You might miss that beautiful deer. You might miss the beautiful owl that's sitting up in the tree. You might miss an opportunity because it doesn't look like what you expect it to look like. You might miss these things because we are so programmed to this is how it should look that we don't take the time or the opportunity. We just can't take those filters off our eyes. And as our world is literally transforming in front of our eyes, we have no choice but to take our blinders off, to take our filters off, and to be willing to see things from a different perspective. And those of us who are choosing to walk that way are the ones who are finding blessing in this pandemic. And I'm not talking about loss of life. Senseless loss of life is always wretched and heartbreaking. But I understand that even in amongst that, there are those who have volunteered to leave this earth to say, I am ready to go to be able to help make this point and to help with this transformation. And so there are always going to be those where we feel like this is senseless murder and death that is just not comprehensible to us. But on the other side, there are those that we know our loved ones are safe. We know their souls are eternal. Their souls are safe and in the land of love and light. And they have chosen to take a pre-programmed exit point in their life path for their own purposes, to serve their purpose, to serve our highest purpose, our higher purpose of humanity's evolution. And so I take some comfort in that, even when I grieve my own losses. And if you follow me, you know I continue to grieve certain losses. Even when I know that he is where he is supposed to be and why he left, I still wish he would be here. I know. But there is so much that is being called forth for this time of transformation. And so I take joy in that, because if all things truly work together for good, then even this stuff will bless us in the end. And I am Jewish. I'm very excited to, and a little trepidatious to have the Jewish holy days begin this Friday with the Jewish New Year of Rosh Hashanah. And if you've ever made chicken soup, matzo ball soup or chicken soup, I know Robin can follow this, being the daughter of our beloved rabbi friend. If you've ever made chicken soup, when you cook the soup, or you've made any other kind of a thing where the meat fat is in there, when you boil it, and then you gotta, for in my house, we chill it for a little while so all the fat comes to the top and it congeals. And then you scrape all that off, and it's gross. You scrape all the fat and the brown stuff and just scudge, and you scrape all that off, and then you reheat the soup, and now you have this beautiful flavorful soup that's healthy and not all the fat. And that's kind of where we're at right now. Our society is at this rolling boil, and we're getting all the scudge, and it's going to get cold. It's going to get cold, so all of that can congeal, and we can scrape it all off the top. But it's coming, and it's going to be a few more months. It's going to be a few more months. I think really we're going to see a big shift by March. But I have said for a while, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better, especially as we come into the fall. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. We've got people dealing with the virus. We've got elections, and not just in this country. And I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. But I do think we're going to come into a place of light. I know that we are. I know that we are. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I know that we are. And I know that things are going to be very different and feel a lot different by March. So I'm holding on to that. Um, and let's grab some cards and see if we can. I totally forgot to put us on Instagram too. So I was trying to remember to go live on Instagram, and I forgot to do that. So I guess we'll have to catch up with the Instagram folks. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can do that real quick. I told you it was such a crazy busy day. Let's see if we can welcome the folks on Instagram as well today. Let's see. Let's see if we can. Oh, that's the wrong button. You know, y'all know how good I am at some of the technology things. So let's do no, no. All right, so we're gonna go live. All right, so let's see if we can make this work. We can go live for. Better turn that off. Thanks for your patience. All right, so let's see. Okay, I think we're live on Instagram. Okay, let's see. Are we? Ta-da! Okay, so this way we can include the Instagram folks too. So, oh, it's very dark over there. It's dark on the Instagram. Had some light. Okay, so thank you for your patience over here on the Facebook page. So we've had this whole discussion. So for all of my friends on Instagram, why am I being muted on Instagram? Uh-oh, I'm not doing it right. It keeps muting itself. Weird. I don't know why. Listen. All right, I'm sorry. I thank you for your patience. Let me try and do it this way. All right, so we're going to go live. All right, so let's see. Okay, I think we're live on Instagram. Okay, so we had this whole discussion. So for all of my friends on Instagram, we've had this whole discussion. So for all of my friends on Instagram, Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, hopefully. Hopefully we're live. Okay, I think we're live on Instagram. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so if you're on Instagram and you missed the first part of this where we were talking about all the stuff that's going on with this, I'm very sorry for that. You'll have to go over to the Facebook page and get caught up so that you can see all this stuff and hear all the things we were talking about. So hi, Libby. And that's okay because you'll be able to get caught up over there. And I'm trying to stop shaking my computer. Um, all right, so ah, In the meanwhile, let's grab some cards, and I want to put it out for questions today too. So we definitely want to get some Q&A going as well. And so thank you for my Facebook family for hanging in there with me. I'm so grateful for my girlfriend Vicky who got me one of these suction cup things that right onto my computer that I can put my phone right there and be able to go live on Instagram and Facebook at the same time. Because if you have any knowledge of this stuff, there's not a way to stream from Facebook to Instagram, which is really infuriating. And so I feel very badly because we have so many wonderful people who are over on Instagram who are just not on Facebook and they have been missing out on being part of our community of light. And so really wanted to be able to include them. And so just so grateful when my girlfriend gave me this thing to stick it right on my it's literally suction cup to my computer screen. So all right, so let's look at the goddesses. So I really love to spend some time just sharing channeled information with you and letting the information just flow out of my mouth. I never know what I'm going to talk about or what I'm going to say to you before I turn on the button for a live. And I just want to be able to share with you whatever information that they want to come through for you. And I pray and I put it in my heart every single time. I say, please give me the words to channel information that is what you all need to hear, what you are hoping to hear. Maybe it's not what you're hoping to hear, but what you need to hear. Help me with the words that you need to hear that is channeled for you and to be able to bless you and help move you forward on your path. And that is the prayer that I say every single day. Please give me guidance, guide me, show me the way, give me the words, help me to give me the words to help others move forward on their path. Okay. Because that's really what it comes down to. And so I never know what I'm going to talk about. And I felt so sad that the Instagram people were like, hey, you never come live over here. And I think, I don't, there's just so much more in my day to be able to go live, for 45 minutes with you and 45 minutes with them. And I thought I won't remember everything I said and it won't go the same way twice. And then somebody is going to get, miss out because I won't have said it the same way twice. So we're going to work on it. And I'm going to ask you all on the Facebook group to remind me to put that thing on my computer so that we can include the Instagram folks as we go live on Mondays as well. And maybe we'll do that on Wednesday nights as well. There's just so much more about being over on the Facebook community with the hearing from you all and getting your comments and things. But I do know that not everybody's on Facebook, and we want to make sure that we can include as many people as possible. So, so again, I thank you, my Facebook friends, for your patience and oh my heavens. So I love to check in with the goddesses, right? Colette Baron Reed's Goddess Power Oracle. It is absolutely a fantastic deck. And I love to, I let the information channel through me first. And I just ask them to give me the words that I'm supposed to share with you. And then we pull cards afterwards, because to me, the cards do not lie. The cards are channeled truth at 100%. The cards do not lie. And when we pull the cards after we have spoken, and they come up with things like rebirth, okay? It comes up with rebirth. I cannot make this stuff up. And if you heard me shuffling, you heard me shuffle the cards. This is the card Isis. We love Isis. She was a badass. So we love Isis. We're going to read Isis's what's her deal, because it's always worth it to see what Colette and the beautiful research that they have done. So this is the process of soul retrieval, the resurrection, and rebirth is the theme recurrent through the stories of the Egyptian goddess Isis, and it's one that she invites you to address now. I love this because you literally cannot make this stuff up. This is a powerful moment to see some of what you thought you'd lost go through a process of regeneration, and live again. Oh my goodness. I love this stuff. I love this stuff because the cards are so awesome. Okay, like magic, the pieces of you that were considered lost in old wounds and stories are ready to be reclaimed in a healthier, more mature version. Where you were hopeless, now there is hope. Where you were lost, you now have faith. You have the capacity for even more. Where there was inequity and injustice, now you can see a better way. This is awesome. So we have in the Goddess Power Oracle, we have Isis and we have rebirth. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. So I am absolutely every single time it just gives me the chill bumps on my skin because the goddess power, the oracles are the cards are just amazing. I do want to, give a little. I did not give our recap of planets in retrograde this time. I think you all have the gist of who all's in retrograde because it's a lot. And the Mars retrograde has been heavy, heavy. The Mars retrograde. So if you've been feeling like sluggish and feeling kind of stubborn about stuff, if you feel like you've just not been motivated to move forward and you've been feeling sort of obstinate and feeling kind of things like, hey, thanks, Livy, feeling like um, I don't wanna, that kind of an energy about it. That's Mars retrograde. That's Mars retrograde. It's heavy and it just makes you feel kind of stubborny. And so if you're feeling like that, it's okay. It's okay. Just know that it's okay. And remember that we still have like half our planets in retrograde, right? Because I got my cheat sheet because there's so many of them, right? So Pluto is going to be in retrograde. Pluto just for a couple more weeks. Saturn just for a couple more weeks. So we're going to see Saturn go direct at the end of this month on the 29th. We're going to see Pluto follow behind it on the 4th of October. And Jupiter, thank God, just finished their retrograde because that's a lot of energy there. And so Jupiter went back direct a couple of days ago. But Mars is going to be in retrograde for a while. Mars is going to stay in retrograde until the end of 2020. And then we're going to see that shift, right? We're going to see that shift. So, all right, let's pull our cards. This is the Work Your Light Oracle deck from Rebecca Campbell. I absolutely love this deck. It is really one of my favorite decks that I've ever worked with. And I do have also the Oracle of the Seven Energies, which is a new deck from Colette Baron-Reid that she launched earlier this summer in her Oracle Palooza. And it is centered around the seven energy centers in the body and the chakras. And so I'm going to pull a card from there as well. So we have, our first card is going to be, I have to pull it first, Livy. So the first card is going to be Leap. Leap. This is the card that says Leap. It says, you go first, the universe will catch you. So this is exactly what we were talking about, right? You go first, the universe will catch you. Where are you going to be able, Livy, this was the other card, the rebirth card of the Goddess Power Oracle. So rebirth, leap, this is the card, the first card, the anchor card for us to be able to move forward with our transformation, right? We talked about being that corn cob and pulling off the husk and pulling out all the silky fibers to reveal that beautiful, yellowy, beautiful, juicy corn that's just waiting to be, harvested and give birth to something new. But we have to be willing to take the leap first, right? Because we can't just stay on the stalk. We've got to get out there, and we know this is a time of transformation. We've been working through this for months. We know this is that time. We've talked about humanity coming through the birth canal into a new time, and so we're ready now to be in the harvest. We're ready to be harvested and to pull that stalk of corn off of the stalk. And I'm not sure why they're giving me the corn analogy today, the corn analogy. I'm going to have to look up that. Okay. So corn, okay. So now I understand the corn is going to be into the solar plexus and even down into the sacral chakra. So corn is yellow and it's all about into that solar plexus energy. So it'll be very interesting when we pull a card from the seven energies. But the corn is all about the yellow and the solar plexus chakra, which is how we think about ourselves, how we view ourselves, and how we are and how we are evolving ourselves as we go forward through the time. And corn has so much transformational power because it can be planted and then it grows and it can be popped and cooked and shucked and all different kinds of things. So it is. There's so much transformation involved in that beautiful yellow solar plexus energy. So thank you. I hear you. They're talking about the transformation, the power of transformation, and how corn is a staple. It's a staple crop. It's a staple product. It's a staple of this country, of who we are. A crop that identifies, popcorn and apple pie and those kind of things, that identifies who we are, especially in this country, to remember that we are grounded. Corn is harvested and planted into the ground, but it's easy to grow. Corn is easy to grow. It's hard on the earth, but it's easy to grow. And so following all of this information that they're pouring into my head about why the corn analogy was so important, of understanding that we grow tall and strong on the stalk of the corn, and then being able to harvest and pull those leaves back to reveal the beautiful fruit, the vegetable inside, with all of that nourishment and potential. Such a beautiful analogy. And so the next card we have is initiation, the rite of passage. Initiation, the rite of passage. And so this one says, crossing the threshold. So this goes right along with leap, which was our first card. So if you want to cross the threshold, you've got to be willing to take the leap. We can't stay on the vine. We can't stay on the stalk. We have to be willing to take the step forward, to really take time and look into the solar plexus chakra and say, who am I? And who do I want to be? Especially as going forward and coming into this rebirth, who do I want to be? What leap, what choice, what chance? What gift can I bring forward to the light? What gift can I bring out into the universe in this new age of transformation? What can I bring? I will take the leap and I will cross the threshold. So that burning that's within your heart, that burning that's in the solar plexus, which is again how we think about ourselves, what will be the leap that you will take? What can you contribute? And understand, when we talk about what gift you can bring and what contribution you can make, I am not talking about curing COVID. I am not talking about healing the economy. I'm not talking about, it doesn't have to be big. Y'all, it doesn't have to be big. Just changing your vibration, right? We go back to talking about the cavitations, the circle in the water, which we've talked about so many times. If I drop a pebble in the water over here and it makes the rings that go out, and then another person drops the pebble in the water over here and it makes the rings that go out, and your rings are going out and my rings are going out, we're going to hit each other's rings and we're going to bounce off of each other and create bigger rings, more rings. And that's what we're talking about. We are not talking about how you have to save the world or you have to change the world. You have to be the best you that you can be. And what gift can you bring to raise your vibration and shift your energy going forward into this new time period of humanity? We're not talking about big. So please don't let it overwhelm you when we start talking about what gift you're going to bring. You be you. That's the gift right there. You be the most authentic, genuine, true, loving, compassionate you. That's the gift. That's the cavitation that bounces off of us, that allows us to move out into the world. And then the last one, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone with your soul family. And that's why this is so important. That's why being here, this is why I want to put this on Instagram as well as Facebook, so more people have the opportunity to participate in what we're building here, the community of light, what we're building here. Okay, because we must lean into our soul families. We must call in our tribes. We must be willing to lean on each other. We must be willing to let each other in so that we can say, oh, yes, I recognize you. Oh, yes, you're part of my soul family. Oh, yes, I want to be near you. Yes, yes, let's be. Oh, and it isn't about being with like-minded people. It's about being with people who are like vibration. Because when you vibrate higher, you're going to bring others with you. They're either going to come into harmonious vibration with you, or they're going to shatter and splinter away. If you've ever seen This is an amazing video, and I'll try and find it and post it on my Facebook page. If you've seen this video of like those you know those balls that hang down doctors have in their offices, and you pull one, it goes clack 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 clack, and then they eventually come into, right? Okay, I'm sure you've seen these things, right? So there is a video where they've taken them and they set them all swinging, and they set them swinging, and they're just kind of in uh, chaos, just, but within less than a minute, they come into this beautiful harmony of swaying back and forth, and they come into alignment. And it's part of that is the gravitational waves of the gravity of the planet, but it's also the energy that they're sharing. And that's how we are sharing energy amongst ourselves, amongst each other. And so when you meet up with someone and you have your rings in the water and you cavitate off someone else, you raise your vibration, they're either going to bounce off or they're going to come into that alignment and they're going to fly with you. They're going to fly. They're going to swing. They're going to come into that energetic alignment with you. And that's up to them. That's not up to you. But as you raise your vibration, the people who are not in that alignment are going to bounce off and fall away, and they're going to need to figure out their own stuff. But the people, the more you raise your vibration, you're going to attract more people in that are going to swing with you. I'm going to find that video and I will post that. Okay, so truly remarkable cards today from the Goddess Power Oracle and the Work Your Life Oracle. So let me grab from the seven energies, I'm dropping the seven energies. From the seven energies, we have willing release. Willing release. Now I'm going to grab the book on this because this is a new deck that I have not worked with as much, but I will tell you from all that I've already seen is this looks like a heart energy card because it's got the green around it. So we're going to take a look with that really quick. Lauren Betch, welcome, welcome, welcome. Anything on your love life? I want to tell you that the person you think you should be dating is the wrong person. That is what came into my mind as soon as I saw your question. The person that you are having your eye on is the wrong person. So I want to tell you that is not a vibrational match for you. I don't see it anything more than that because I just kind of glanced off your energy with that. But I want to tell you, and I'm looking over here because I'm looking at your name. I want to tell you that they're giving me is that she needs to shift her head in a different direction. Okay, willing release. This is, which part of the energies is this? This is energy 7. This is the crown chakra energy. So some days you have to let go of your struggle. Lauren, this is for you. Some days you have to let go of your struggle to find an answer and focus on other things for a while. This doesn't mean giving up altogether or losing anything. Remember that it is our co-creative partnership with the divine. Give and take is necessary. You do your part by setting your intentions and taking any necessary actions, but you then must surrender the form, the timing, and the how to your higher power. Okay, so this is the energy that we are being called to work in today for this week is the crown chakra energy. We are being called to have a higher connection to spirit. That is where we are being called. So I really wanted to add this Oracle of the Seven Energies into our readings each week because I think that knowing where our energetic focus can be directed this week is going to help us to, thanks, Livy. Newton's Cradle Balance Balls. Awesome. If you have a link for that, please feel free to post it in the page and I'll grab it. I would be so grateful. Otherwise, I'll find it. But I feel like it's so important when we can understand which chakra, which energy center in the body is calling for us to really give it our attention this week, helps us be even stronger co-creators with the universe. And that is really what it is about, being a co-creator with the universe. And so we have this week, we have the rebirth goddess of Isis, the Egyptian goddess of Isis, as the goddess who is working with us this week, the goddess who is sharing us, who is guiding us this week, is rebirth. Okay, that is where we started. And then we moved into, thank you, Livy, you are so awesome. And then we moved right into the Work Your Light Oracle cards from Rebecca Campbell with the first card of leap, allowing ourselves to leap off that stalk of corn, allowing ourselves to take that step and cross the threshold, crossing that threshold and joining the initiation, the people who are seeing the light, the initiates of the light, being part of the higher vibration, raising our vibrations, and then make sure we are relying on our soul family. We don't have to do this alone. Allow yourself to lean into your soul family. And if you're not sure who they are, just ask. Ask. Please show me my soul family. And those images of people that are around you will pop into your head. A relationship I have with one of my very dear friends shifted so dramatically because I wasn't willing to allow my heart to be invested in that relationship for whatever the reason. I wasn't willing to allow that to go forward beyond a certain friendship point until I really realized who is in my soul family. And there was her face, bam, in my third eye. And I'm like, oh my gosh. This is a true friendship, a soul friendship, and I am taking advantage of it. I'm taking it for granted because I'm not allowing it to grow into everything that it could grow into being. And that is so important to ask if you're not sure who is in your soul family. And I got to tell you, if you're here, if you're following me at all, this is it. We are the soul family. Now, in soul families, it's like concentric circles. We talk about that a lot. So, like pens, nice having pens on my desk, but I have a kitten, so I hide all my pens. So here's you. You're this is your soul. And so we have people who are in our soul family. And some people, they're going to be, I cannot draw. Let me just be very clear. They're going to be in their soul family. Okay, this is them. And then this is their family, okay? And for some people, the circles are going to intersect more and they're going to be closer to you and you're going to feel like that connection with that person. You're going to feel that soulmate, that soulmate, I'm looking at Livy's comment, that soulmate connection. And you're going to understand right away that they're in your soul family, but sometimes we're unwilling to see. So allow yourself the opportunity to say, in meditation, who is in my soul family? Who is close to me that is here for a higher purpose that I'm missing? And when I did that, it opened up so many different relationships that have blessed my life in unbelievable ways because I was willing to let those relationships grow to a deeper level rather than keeping them at the surface because I was hurt by some other person or something like that. And we do that. We hold ourselves back and we don't allow ourselves to have those deep soul connections. Allow yourself that. It makes a tremendous difference. And so if you're not sure if a person is in your soul family, take a minute and ask your higher self, but you can also take a minute and hold that person in your mind and feel your body. When you think about that person in your heart, in your mind, in your stomach, in your solar plexus, how do you feel when you think about that person? When you think about that person, is this person in my soul family? And do you feel like I got a headache or I feel a knot in my stomach or like I'm not, now I'm all stressed, my shoulders went up? That person may be in your soul family, but you have a specific energetic reaction to them. You need to act accordingly and keep that person maybe a little bit more further away. But if you feel love and compassion and you just want to hug them, even though you know you're not supposed to right now, that's a true soul family. And remember that we can have so many different soul mates that are not love relationships. They're not, pair bonded relationships. Soulmate is not about pair bonding. Soulmate is about soul family. And so it's so important for us to recognize our soul family and to be able to lean into that. Okay. And so we have that card, the energy card, willing release. So check in with your higher self, your higher chakra. Virtual hugs are allowed. We are checking in with our higher chakra and we're channeling that information. We're asking, tell me what I need to know about this person. Tell me what I need to know about this situation. And feel that in the body. when I feel about my friend Livy and I think of Livy and my heart just bursts with warmth because she's just the most loving, generous, goofy, joy-filled friend, and I love anytime she shows up. I know she's in my soul family. I know she is, and she's in my life in such a beautiful way of blessing other people. They are in my soul family, maybe not in a beautiful way of blessing, and I need to make sure to energetically deal with that in a different kind of way. But understand those places where there's light and love and the people who are in your life to help lift you and raise your vibration, those members of your soul family virtually hug the stuffing out of them. Go bring those people to you. Allow them to get to know you, the true you. Allow them to share your transformation. And like I said, if you are part of this community of light on Facebook or Instagram, then we are your family. We are the soul family. And we are all in this together. All right, I do see that someone has posted a question on Instagram, so let me click on that for a second. Hi, no question, just wanted to let you know that there was negative energy from both. Thanks, Ursula. There's negative energy from both whats? Thanks, Ursula. I always want to know the comments. I'm not understanding it. So Ursula, if you come back, stick me another comment in there and let me know there's negative energy from both whats. Because I think that may have popped in when I don't remember what I was talking about. Because sometimes I don't remember channel information. I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I want to thank you. I am just filled with joy. Every Monday I get to spend some time with you. It just fills my heart, and I absolutely am so honored to be able to create channel energy for you and to be able to help move you in a positive direction. And the goal is always to help you have a clear understanding of what's going on in the world around you and to help you move forward on your path. And so I thank you, thank you, thank you for spending time with me today. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday night for meditation. It's just a short 30 minutes to learn meditation. We do a little chat. We do a little meditation technique. We do a short meditation just to help you learn to meditate. So many people say, I don't know how to meditate. I can't meditate. It doesn't work for me. I want to change that. I want you to know you can. It's focused breathing. It is so important for our mental wellness and health and well-being and our ability to stay connected to the light. Let's see, maybe we're seeing another comment. Sorry, cut me off. Both of the people who had interest in me had negative energy. Ah, okay, this is from last week. Okay, gotcha. Oh, good for you for seeing that and being able to act on that accordingly. Bravo, strong girl. Bravo, strong woman. So, all right, have a wonderful, fabulous rest of your day wherever you are in the world. Please stay safe. Wear the mask. Virtually hug each other. And remember, be aware of what's going on, but please don't bury yourself in the news cycle. It's just not worth it. It's not needed. Keep your vibration high. We want to protect our energy as well as our physical body. We want to protect our energetic body as well. Mwah. I love you all. Have a wonderful day, week, and I will see you next time.